What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the data points, what's really moving it this morning, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is up 2.51% pre-market. A lot of good volume. So definitely shaping like it's going to be a pretty good day. Shorts aren't really doing anything. So 12.79% of the free float's being shorted. Works out to be 203.33 million shares. Shorts don't really know what they're doing. So they've been returning largely over the last 2 weeks, but over the last several days, they've been kind of flip-flopping. So I feel like they're torn on whether to double down or kind of start taking a step back with NIO. So it's kind of an interesting scenario, but today NIO is up pre-market, not because of any official news from them or any macro data points, rather this video. So there was a video that did come out showing obviously autonomous driving. Shows I think 39.3 kilometers with zero takeover. I don't believe this is sponsored by NIO. It's just a leak of some sort, and we do know that their unveil is supposed to be between May and June. Just I don't believe we've received any updates, but this video right here, which is 11 minutes long, kind of shows that yeah, straight up it seems to be working. Individual is very hesitant, as you can kind of tell, but for the most part, he or she, I guess, is letting them just the vehicle drive itself. So pretty positive if you ask me. This shows and reconfirms NIO's technology and what they've been really trying to do. And honestly, yeah, I think this is very good stuff. I'm not going to waste your time and go through the whole 11 minutes. I'll post this in the description if you are curious, but I think that this is a very good catalyst and the reason why NIO is up this morning. As far as today, with today being Friday, just take note of this. So this week's month is a monthly chain, and so you do have 10,000 in open interest at that $3 strike price, 4,000 at that 350, 66,000 at that 4, 53,000 at the 450, and then 123,000 at that 5. So for whatever reason, if NIO is able to hold on to these gains and stay above $4, then this is where the shit can get very real. So pardon my French, but ultimately, if it's even able to close above 4, better yet 450, then yeah, you're going to see a very nice gamma squeeze. And then when it comes down to options, I just wanted to share this information with you. I know this website seems like a lot going on, but hedge funds, quarter over quarter, they did hold 16.77 million in call options, 79.9 million by all 13F filers. So all in all, there's a lot of good belief in NIO. It's unfortunate because it's hard to kind of as well tell what these options are, whether they're kind of hedging, what strike price. It doesn't really give any explanation, but nonetheless though, calls generally mean bullishness. And so again, institutions are quietly believing in NIO, I guess, behind the scenes. Latest 13Fs that did come out, you see some institutions did increase their positions, such as CMT increased their call options by 85.7%, currently now owning 8.3 million. So that is quite optimistic if you ask me. All these transactions, on the side note, did occur during Q1, so it's not as though that they're doing them right now, but still, as a consensus, I think it's somewhat mixed. You have some increasing, some returning. So everything here with the red is a return where they close out the position. Everything green is brand new. So like I said, I think overall somewhat mixed. People are just waiting for instance, the Firefly and everything to really take off and gain some good traction. But I think NIO is making some pretty good improvements right now with it at $4.10 pre-market, trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 384 is going to be the strong support. I don't see that being touched, at least for the foreseeable future. Then 438 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, which honestly, I don't really see that being touched today. I see it gaining some pretty good traction, but shorts are going to get very active today. And depending on what happens and how the data points play out, I could do a PM video as well, but I feel like shorts will not let NIO close above $4 because 66,000 alone works out to be 6.6 million shares that market makers will have to cover. definitely they do not want to have that happen or play out. So this is where you might see a little bit of a back and forth. One thing I do want to bring up though is Elliott wave technicals, and oddly has been very, very accurate, but it does have a pivot point of 376. For as long as NIO is above that, then it is anticipated to get between that 479 and 505. So I think that this is maybe also one reason why shorts over the last several trading days haven't really been doing all that much, because the technicals does indicate that NIO is ready to move higher. It's just been unfortunately manipulated below, for instance, that 100-day moving average, that yellow line right here, and it's been tested twice, and most likely today might be that third point to really watch for, or third attempt for the most part. So 421 is going to be that key point to watch for, at least for today. Luckily enough, it did close above that 50-day moving average. So technicals aren't down and out just yet. If it is going to close below that 50-day moving average today, then maybe otherwise. But let me know your thoughts on NIO. Are you buying? Are you selling? What's your viewpoint, for instance, on their clearly on schedule for their technology? And so I think maybe this is also why some people are very surprised, because this A is on schedule based on what they previously announced, and B, it seems to be good. Again, it's not like Tesla level, but still I think that this is fairly positive if you ask me. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon to get buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.